Hello children, I welcome you all to this presentation. Today we'll discuss a new type of numbers called integers. Dear students, in this presentation we will learn the definition of integers. Then after that we will learn what is the need of integers. Why do we need integers in our life? After that we will learn about the representation of integers on a number line. Previously you have learned about the representation of natural numbers and whole numbers on a number line, how to represent these numbers on a number line. But in this presentation we will learn how to represent these integers on a number line. After that we'll learn about the absolute value of integers. Let me briefly discuss about the definitions of natural numbers and whole numbers. Natural numbers are simply counting numbers which we use for counting, like 1, 2, 3 and so on. Similarly, whole numbers are also counting numbers, but in addition to that it has a number called 0 in it. So in this sense we can say that all natural numbers are whole numbers, but all whole numbers are not natural numbers because it has a 0 in it, which is not in natural numbers. Okay. What are integers? Integers are a set of positive numbers, negative numbers and 0. Or you can say integers are a set of numbers which includes all the whole numbers, but in addition with their negative signs as well. As we know that whole numbers start from 0, 1, 2, 3 and so on. So if we put minus sign with them also, it will give us another group of numbers, that's negative numbers. But it should be noted that 0 is neither positive nor negative, so we don't keep any sign with 0. It does not possess any sign. Okay, so we get it here that integers are positive numbers, that's 1, 2, 3 and so on. It goes up to infinity, or you can write it plus 1, plus 2, plus 3 and so on. Since we don't use that plus sign with the numbers because we take it as a default sign. Similarly, negative numbers are minus 1, minus 2, minus 3 and so on. It also goes to infinity. Now it should be noted that integers are positive numbers, negative numbers and 0. Integers cannot be a fractional number. Integer cannot be a decimal number. What are the use of integers? First we'll discuss about positive integers, then we'll discuss about negative integers. For example, if the temperature of any area is above 0 degrees Celsius, say plus 80 degrees Celsius, that time we have used the positive integer. We can also write it as 18 degrees Celsius only. We don't use the plus sign here because plus is taken as a default sign. For example, if we are measuring the height of any building or height of any pole, since it's upwards, or you can say it's above the ground, so we are measuring its height in positive direction. You can say its height is 5 meter or plus 5 meter or something like that. Similarly, when we earn money, or we earn some profit from some business or anything, so that time also the numbers are taken positive. So we say it's 300 rupees or 500 rupees. So all these numbers are positive numbers. Now in negative numbers, for example in Kashmir during winters our temperature is usually below 0 degrees Celsius. So that time we say that our temperature is minus 2 degrees Celsius, minus 5 degrees Celsius and so on. But here we cannot omit this minus sign, we cannot remove it. We have to mention this minus sign with negative numbers. It's mandatory over here. We cannot take it as a default sign. Similarly, if you are digging something under the ground, so that time you also mention that how much deep we have dig in, whether it's 5 meters or 10 meters. So we say it's minus 10 meters or minus 5 meters. So it's undersigned, this minus sign means that it is downwards or it's below the ground. Similarly, when we spend some money or when we lose some money, or so that time also we use the negative numbers. We can say minus 1500. It means you are in loss. So this minus sign means you have spent that many or you are in loss. Representation of integers on a number line. It tells us about the location of each integer on the number line. How are the integers located on the number line? As we have previously studied about the whole numbers and the natural numbers, the number line started from the 0 onwards and the numbers were in the ascending order. Same is here with the integers, the numbers are placed in the ascending order. But here you will see that there are numbers beyond 0 that are negative integers or negative numbers, which goes on up to infinity. And on the number line you can see on the right hand side we have positive integers which are always greater than the negative integers which are on the left side. In the middle there is a number 0, we call it as origin. Also you can see that each number on the right side has an opposite on the left hand side. For example, number 4, its opposite is minus 4 on the left hand side. Similarly, for example, minus 5 on the left hand side, its opposite is on the right hand side, the number 5. So each number is having a corresponding opposite number on the opposite side of it. It should also be noted that when the numbers are placed on the right hand side, they are having a difference of one number. So if you go on from left to right, you can see that the numbers are increased by 1, or you can say each number has been added with 1. Similarly on the left hand side, or you can say the negative direction, the numbers are decreased by 1, or you can say that the numbers are subtracted by 1. Absolute value of any integer is its magnitude, or you can say it is the numerical value of any number regardless of its sign. So for example, if we have a number minus 7, its magnitude is plus 7, or simply you write it 7. Similarly, the magnitude of, or you can say the absolute value of 6 is 6. Since the number is already positive, so its absolute value will also be a positive number. And it should be noted that this absolute value will always be a non-negative. Non-negative means all the positive integers and 0. For example, the magnitude of 0 is 0. The magnitude of minus 2 is 2. So it can never be a negative. Let us start our exercise 5.1. In question number 1, we have to write the opposite of each part. For example, in B part, we are being given 18 degrees Celsius below 0 degrees Celsius temperature. So its opposite will be definitely 18 degrees Celsius above 0 degrees Celsius. Since we are measuring our or comparing our temperature with respect to 0, so its opposite is above 18 degrees Celsius. In C part, we are being given a distance or a direction. It is 5 kilometers towards east, so its opposite will be definitely 5 kilometers towards west. For example, if we would have been given 5 kilometers towards north, its opposite would be 5 kilometers towards south. In E part, we are been given a date 1990 BC. Its opposite will be 1990 AD. Now in question number 2, we have to represent the following statements or numbers using the plus or minus sign. That means we have to make use of integers here. In A part, we are being given 150 years ago. Since it's from the past, so we'll use a minus sign with it. It's minus 150 years. Similarly, in D part, we have a withdrawal of 1500. Since 1500 have been removed or they have been taken away from your bank account, so it's again is a negative sign here. So we have to represent this with minus 1500. In E part, we have a profit of 3000. Since profit you are gaining it, so it's a positive. So we have taken it as a plus 3000. We can also write 3000, but since the question has been asked that we have to make use of plus and minus sign, so it's mandatory to write plus here. In question number 3, we have to write the opposite of the following numbers. This is same as question number 1, but here we have only numbers. We don't have any different physical quantities here. So in 3, we have the C part is minus 25. Its opposite will be plus 25, or you can simply write it 25 here. In D part, we know that 0 is neither positive nor negative, so that means its opposite will be the 0 itself. Since it's the origin, it's in the middle, so its opposite will be the number itself, that's 0. In question number 4, we have to find the absolute values of the numbers which are inside absolute sign or modulus sign, and simplify wherever it's required. For example, in C part, there's a mod of 0, or you can say modulus of 0. We know that 0 is neither positive nor negative, so it's positive 0 or plus 0 is written as 0 only. So its answer is 0. In D part, we see that there's a modulus sign which is around minus 10. So there is also an extra minus sign which is outside the mod, but mod only removes the minus sign which is inside the mod. Here you see that there's a minus 10, so mod will make this minus 10 as positive 10, and the minus sign which is outside the mod will be kept as it is, so it will make the answer as minus 10. In D part, we have 10 minus mod of 4. We know that mod of 4 is 4, since 4 is already positive and its modulus will be positive back. So we have written 10 minus 4. Now 10 minus 4 is 6. That is our answer. In question number 5, we have to represent the following numbers on the number line. So it should be noted that whenever you draw any number line, you can extend it as per your need. Since you have to represent minus 11 on the number line, so I have extended the number line up to minus 12. In A part, we have to represent minus 11. I have represented it on the number line by drawing a circle around it. It should be noted that whenever you have to draw any number, or whenever you have to represent any number on a number line, you can draw only that portion of the number line. For example, if you have to represent a minus 72, so it's not that you have to extend it up to minus 72. No, you can draw only the numbers which are around that 72, minus 72. No need to extend it up to 0 or beyond 0. Similarly, you can see that minus 4 is being represented on the number line by drawing a circle, and 0 is represented on this number line as well. In question number 6, we have to write all the integers which are between the two integers which are given in each part. For example, in A part, we have to write all the integers which are between minus 4 and 2. So just for your convenience, I have drawn the number line here. From the number line, you can see the numbers between minus 4 and 2 are minus 3, minus 2, minus 1, 0 and 1. Similarly, in E part, you can see the numbers lying between minus 7 and minus 1 are minus 6, minus 5, minus 4, minus 3 and minus 2. There is no need to draw the number line if you can count these numbers mentally, or if you can recall these numbers mentally. But if you want to draw a number line, that's okay. Before proceeding to question number 7, let us recall that all integers on the number line increase from left to right. Means that the integers are in ascending order on the number line, which means that every number on the right hand side of a number is greater than the number which is on its left hand side. For example, I have given some examples here. Minus 9 is greater than minus 12, even though 12 is numerically greater than 9, but minus 12 is on more left extreme than minus 9. Similarly, minus 4 is less than minus 2. As you can see, minus 4 is towards more left hand side of the minus 2, and 3 is greater than minus 5. We know that every positive integer is greater than the negative integer. Now in question number 7, our A part, we have minus 7 and 7. So minus 7, since it's a negative, so we know that every negative integer is less than every positive integer. In C part, we have numbers minus 3 and 0. We know that minus 3 is on the left hand side of the 0, and every number on the left hand side is less than the number which is on its right hand side. So minus 3 is less than 0. Similarly, in E part, we have 15, which is positive, and on the right hand side we have minus 3, which is negative. So therefore 15 is greater than minus 3. In question number 8, we have to write the following numbers in ascending order. That means we have to write the numbers from smaller to greater. So first we have to write what is the smallest number among the following numbers. But it should be noted that we have already discussed it in the definitions that when we go towards the negative numbers, the greater the number in the negative numbers is actually smaller in value. So you can see in A part, minus 5 is less than minus 4, even though 5 is greater than 4, but since we are having minus sign with 5, so it is making its value lesser than 4. So minus 5 is less than minus 4, and then we see that minus 4 is less than 0, since these negative numbers are on the left hand side of the number line and they are less than 0. So similarly, you go on, 0 is less than 10 and 10 is less than 14. Similarly, you can see E part also, minus 21 is less than minus 18, which is less than minus 11, and which is less than 7, and 7 is less than 15. In question number 10, we are being given directions actually here. More means towards right and less means towards left, or you can say up is towards right or down is towards left. We are being asked here that 7 more than minus 5. That means we have to make 7 steps towards the right of minus 5. So we have, you can see from the figure, I have made 7 steps towards the right from minus 5. So after counting from minus 5 towards the right with 7 steps or 7 jumps, you can see we have reached to 2. So the answer is 2. Similarly, in D part, we are being asked 4 less than minus 1. As I said, that less means we are subtracting or we are going towards the negative direction, or towards the minus sign. So but we have to count the jumps from minus 1. So we have taken 4 steps towards the left of minus 1. You can see the jumps over there. So we have reached it up to minus 5. So 4 less than minus 5 is, 4 less than minus 1 is minus 5. In this question, we have to make use of number line. Right now we are at 1. Now we have to see from 1 towards the left hand side, if we move 3 steps or if we move 3 numbers towards its left side, so where will we reach? So we see that we have made 3 steps over there. So from 1 we have reached minus 2. So this way also you can say that 1 minus 3 is minus 2, about which you will learn in our next exercise, where we will discuss about the operations on integers. Dear students, I have given you the homework from previous chapter, which is whole numbers. Since these questions were remaining, so this week you only have to do these questions. Now regarding the remaining parts which we have left today, they will be given as homework next week with new assignment on integers. Until then, Take care, stay home, stay safe.